All right, guys, we're gonna watch some Polish league again. So this is MKS Bedzin and Asseco Resovia. Um, Asseco Resovia has certain players. Um, I think they have Boyer on their team, but Boyer did not play in this game. It doesn't look like. But I don't know, no national team names that I'm recognizing right now. But like Poland, the Polish league is a phenomenal league. And these two teams are very good in that Polish league, so let's watch it. Starting off with a spinner, going the combo of the 140 or the front over the top, whatever you call it. This is some interesting stuff that a lot of pros do these days is just like tight set or bad set, half the block, and somebody covers it and puts it high. It's a really nice swing here. Wow. Um, this third blocker here kind of puts up a weak move and allows this to happen. But also phenomenal swing anyways. Like if I'm a coach, I'm not going to be super mad about it. It's a tough one. Okay, he tries to reuse it here. This is why reusing is not like the best method of doing anything because the blocker can always flick it down, you know? This is good here. The ref calls it. Oh, he hit the antenna. Okay. Decent pass. Not the best, but decent. I think he gets this here. Wow. That's a really good block move here. Outside of his body, throws the ball back in. I think, yeah, wow. Really good block move there. I mean, the guy was going against a really big block and he tries tipping it on the side of him and the guy makes an extraordinary move outside of his body with his hand and grabs it. Like, it's really good. Got to respect it. Floater. Ooh, wow, drops it short. I think it's super important if you are someone who floats a lot. I think it's very important to go back and forth between one that drops short and one that drops deep. Like play with that distance. You can mess with your serve a few different ways, and distance is one of those ways. Like short, deep, short, deep. Really nice serve there. That guy's going off right now. Oh shoot. Okay. Let's watch this one more time. Yeah. Um, so this is a tough one. If I'm gonna be honest, it's tough to score right there in that situation, but he went for it. That happens. Okay. Really nice run. They're very close on this route too. Like he's barely even over the top of him, which I like a little bit more spacing with those types of runs, just so then the blocker has to work a little bit extra hard. But that's just me. Yeah, not a terrible block move here, but his arms are a bit too far apart there. And one thing when you're making block moves, make sure your hands are working together. Make sure they're moving in unison and it's not just one hand going out because then it leaves a lot of space so that that single hand can get tooled. Let's check this out again. Let's check this pass again. Wow. Keeps it high, puts it high, gives his whole team high time there, but it doesn't work out well. A really good pass to get a kill. In system, you should score 90% of the time, maybe even more. Like if you're perfectly in system, like you should be scoring so well as a team. And that's on the setters. That's on the setters to move it around and change routes and stuff. But big responsibility to the hitters because in system you should be getting a single block or a fractured double every single time with a good setter at least. And setters aim for that goal. if you're the setter of your team, your goal should be to get solo blocks or no blocks as much as you possibly can for your team. Solo block there. Okay. It's good. Good choice. And wow. A little bit of a lucky swing there, if I'm being completely honest. He swung low, kind of swings to the six. And the block moves, it hits his arms a little bit weird, and he doesn't score off of it. Or the blocker doesn't get the block off of it, but whoa, swung his arms a lot, brought it backward. Okay. See, personally, I'm not a big fan of this middle going up there and blocking there because this is not a point where this looks like the setter's going to score. Like, and now they just get a chance to swing. It doesn't work out for them, but the ball went back on their side, and there's a possibility that they can pass that high and take a swing off of it. You got to think about who's getting the next opportunity to score, you know? Good. This tip here, see how he kind of lets it drop? When you're tipping here, you want to tip into their forearms instead of their hands because they don't have much control when it's here, but they have a lot of control as a blocker if it's here. So try and tip into their forearms if possible. Sneaks it through there, finds a tiny bit of space, a ball width of space, and it works out for him. Yeah, the pipe out of system. That's an interesting run here. The pipe out of system is rare in the men's game these days, which is probably a good thing, probably for good reason. But I think yeah, like it's just hard. If it's out of system, you should kind of expect a triple block. And with a triple block, you want to be able to see the triple block and be close to it so that you can use it because it's like a wall, you know. It's hard to hit around it. Good pass there. In system. Really nice run. The blocking middle is cheating a little bit towards the middle. The dude just keeps attacking that space. It's really nice. Good. It's really important to be communicating those scenarios there. Really nice serve, man. Really nice serve. If you're someone who serves from the six like this guy, that serve is really tough to pass because to bring it back into the court, he has to make such an extreme angle. Oh, look at that. Gosh, I'm yawning. I don't like yawning. Really good block. He might not close it well with his feet, but he finishes his block move really well. Hollows out his whole body and just presses over the net. Smart move here by this middle, but doesn't work out. So let's go back to this real quick. Right here, this is a good this is a good move. Doesn't work out because that outsider, whoever that is, was just in the right spot. But if you're gonna try and do this, you have to feel it. Like you have to feel the block first, and you can't just be like, oh, I think the block's gonna be here, so I'm just gonna throw it out of bounds. You have to feel the block first. Because if you don't, then you just look like an idiot throwing the ball completely out of bounds on an overpass where you should score too. So first of all, The setter has to be a front row of whoever would be blocking that overpass. You need to know that they're going to be front row, and then you have to feel them and like push the ball into their arms and then go off. So you're not just launching the ball out of bounds like an absolute goon. Behind the head tip. Nice reverse float. This is a really nice serve here. Doesn't have to be super physical, but he gets a really nice pop off of it. And like you can see it moves a bit. And it just keeps that team on their toes a bit more. Watch this set again. Beautiful. Attacks the space in between the blockers. If he sees it, it's a good swing. If he doesn't, he's just swinging blindly. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Really good block. Closes this space really well. Really good block move. Middles, check this. Check this out. Okay. Yeah, so get back to neutral, hits a split step, launches over, drifts into the blocker. Watch his hips here. Watch his hips. As he's landing, he is able to drift into his outside because he's hitting with his hips first. Okay. Not his feet. If you're leading with your feet, then you're going to break your ankle. So hit with your hips instead of your ankles if you're drifting into the your teammate as a blocker. See what happens off of that. Oh, absolutely housed. Okay. Why does this happen? Let's check. Ball dies inside. He tries to go with it. Middle blocks it. That's tough. When that ball dies inside, you your best option is usually to go cross and go with that momentum, but you just have to make sure you go sharp cross, because you have to know where that block is and you have to make sure you're around it. But sometimes if it's high enough to where the block can adjust in, then maybe they adjust too much and then you have your line open. It just depends on the situation. Vision as a hitter is very important. They pass. Let's check this swing out. Yeah, it's a good swing. He had a lot of cross there, so cross probably would have been a better swing, but he stayed disciplined, stayed high, and swung for the deep corner instead of trying to bounce it. So it worked out for him. Let's see. This guy says it's his fault. I think he dives inside. Yeah, that's the tough thing about diving inside as a blocker. Oh. Is you just leave a little bit extra. Like obviously you're gonna leave more line when you open up the cross or try and go for the cross. Wow. See, this guy's had a few block moves now. Look at his entire body. Look at his feet. Look at his hips. He's gonna hollow out really well here. Look at how he finishes his block move. Look at how far over he's reaching over the net. Look at his entire body. It's just curved. He's just reaching so that he can just press a few inches extra and get an absolute house. Really nice here. Just athletic, gets over the top of the ball. Good. Really nice. If you're like a big setter like that, that's a really nice move there. Ooh, middles. Either take it or don't. But don't do this. Don't do that. That's a tough one. I'm fine with it as an outside. I'm fine with the middle taking that, but do it confidently and show that you can do it. Like prove to me that you can do it, and I'll trust you completely. Wow. Okay, so this is a interesting one. The middle must have reached over a little bit too much. But if there's an overpass with back row hands, then make sure, actually, no, both front row and back row. Make sure, like, say the net's right here. Make sure your hands are right there so that once it enters the plane, then it hits you, but like you're not reaching over. Be disciplined, be patient on it. Nice, really nice one there. Really good. Like, see how long he holds his hands up there too? Like he's not going up there with one hand because the move that he does is the little cheeky one. He goes up with two hands at the last second in the last frame, drops that right hand. Boom. Really nice dump there. So that's fine. Middle's taking that. That's fine. Middles, if you're in the way, just put the ball high. That's fine. Let's see what happened on this misconnection here. I think he just second guessed himself. Okay. Good stuff here. Yeah, this is nice here. They both just grab the ball and throw it into him. What are they calling here? I'm not sure what they're calling here. Who cares? Play on. Next play. Have that kind of mentality. If there's a bad call, next play. Who cares? Play's over. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened if that got called and whatnot. Just play. It's only 1 point. A bounce only counts for 1 point. A massive block only counts for 1 point. A terrible call only counts for 1 point, unless you complain about it so much that you get carded, red carded at least. This is wow. This should be not. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of line open there. He's got to have that available. Uh, Good tip there. Let's go back to this real quick. So this is not a perfect connection. The ball is coming from really far off, but he knows where the gap is. He goes in between the blockers. That's where he tips and scores because of that. It's really nice. Really nice awareness by that middle. Like he doesn't see the block, but he knows that that's where the gap is going to be because he's going in between the blockers. That's just where the route is. Oh, he tries to chop this line, hoping that the block is too far inside. It doesn't work out. That's why it's important when you have a triple block, make sure you're sealing like that furthest the pin that's closest to the antenna. Make sure they close that line. Triple blocks should always seal the line. Just by the way. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of setting the pipe when it's that far off because you get a good triple up. Like this is a good block. Ugh, gosh, I hate yawning. This is a good block up here. You know, just sneaks through. It's a lucky point if we're gonna be completely honest. It's a lucky point. That's why I think setting the pins there is just a better option because then you're not gonna go against a triple block. Like if you were to set the pipe here, that would have just been dumb, and all three of those guys could have just collapsed in and blocked. Big, big serve here. Really big serve here. And like this, oh my gosh, that's a really nice serve. And it forces that outside to make a really good move, you know? Obviously, like it's a really nice serve. That's obvious. But you kind of just have to work at having variety with your serve so that it's not just one spot every single time. This is nice here. He's falling backward, and it seems like he's going to set backward. That's why this guy starts going back. Boom, right in the gap. And even with the middle, I would call this a dedication step because this middle it's blocking is not completely neutral in the court. He's not right in the middle. He's just dedicated one step over, maybe for the outside, maybe for the middle. But even while doing that, with the quick run right here in the gap, the middle blocker that's hitting it has so much space to swing into. I'm such a big fan of hitting that ball. Like that is something that should be really comfortable for you. And like it's not easy to set. Like I've tried to set it to middle sometimes and it's not easy. Like it takes a lot of time to get comfortable setting your teammate with it, you know, but you got to build that connection, build that set of connection with the middle. Really rep it out, really like make that a primary focus because that adds a lot to your team. Because you can run that from 10 feet off, you can run it from a perfect pass, you can learn how to run it from like 13 feet off. I've seen people do it from pretty dang far. Yeah, serve down the line again. Big swing. Tip. Let's see why the tip works here. This Libero's not reading the game well right here, if we're being completely honest. Like this guy's not jumping completely right now. It's a weird situation, and he's on his heels getting ready for the hardest swing of all time. And he's not able to pick up the ball because of that. If it's a weird play, be okay with someone bombing it more than you're expecting. Like, be ready to move on a weird play if you're playing defense on it. Really nice turn down the line here. Drifts away. He knows he's got space. He bombs into it. Beautiful swing. Textbook line swing. Over the top. Love it. Love it. Completely love it. I love when you pass this too. Like personally, this is a really fun route. You pass it in the one and you just sneak around that middle. The middle almost always commits on it on the middle, and then you just have an open net. It's beautiful. So this is what I'm talking about here. Like if he were to pass this, he would have to make this much of an angle just to bring it back to perfect. Wow, what a serve. What a bomb. Also, he has a lot of distance. Like he has a lot of wiggle room. Like he has a lot of room for error from going here to here because it's so far. He can miss short, he can miss a little bit long with it, and he has a lot of room with it, you know? It's like aiming cross when you're swinging front row, you know? Good hands here, really good pass. He gets himself like he has to go super low, and it takes him out of being an option as a hitter, but he gets his head behind the ball. When you're passing a float, you should get the ball should be about to hit your hand, hit your forehead, and then you just lift it high. Watch this, boom, and lift it high. Textbook there. Beautiful. Doesn't work out, but perfect pass nonetheless. Again, same thing. He gets it to be right in front of his forehead. Boom. Okay. I find it fun when teams have like cheerleaders and stuff. In college, they never wanted us to have cheerleaders because they'd be in the way. But if they're off there, who cares? Really good triple block there. Wow. The in or out. It was in. It was a really nice swing. They're really going for that line. They've attacked it a few times. I think both teams have been going for that line a little bit. Might just be kind of random though. I don't know if that's exactly what they're aiming for. Really nice swing. If you can go over the top of the block when it's a triple block, do it all the time, man. Do it all the time, but just make sure you're doing it cross because you have more space to miss, you know? The deeper you can go way deeper with the cross, that's why you can go higher on the swing. Over the top. No, middle. Got him. Wow, yeah. There's been a lot of line swings this or line serves this game. Really good touch on the block. Tries to chop it line, and it misses hands, misses the court, misses everything. That's really tough there. It's a late switch there. I think it's an audible probably. And yeah, it's just a misconnection for it. I don't know if the setter is missing windows or what's happening, but these hitters look like they're jumping all around. I don't know. Hmm. Really nice press here. Really nice. And that's why I like pressing normal instead of swiping a lot of the time. Because this guy, number 18 in the white, he tries to swipe in, most likely assuming that the attacker is going to try and swipe out. So he's trying to keep it in the court. And then the hitter just keeps control of the ball and puts it off his hand. Control the ball for longer. Whoever touches it last. That's what my college coach always used to tell me is with a joust, whoever touches it last is the one that wins. This block move here, this is good. He knows that he's solo. He knows he's alone. So he dives cross. Sorry, I had something in my mouth. So he dives cross. And I really like this. Like if you're alone, go for the extreme. That person that the one that's hitting against the solo block should score almost every single time. So try do something extra, you know, really try and make a read, do something extra, take a little bit of something that would challenge the hitter. Because as anyone that's a good volleyball player should not be swinging into the six if they have a solo block. They should almost never swing into the six anyways. But if there's a solo block, they shouldn't be swinging into the six. Okay. So dive into either the extreme cross or dive into the line when you're solo as a blocker. Because you might as well. Like it would be a stupid swing. And if they score on a stupid swing, then they're an idiot and play someone better. See, this is another time when the middle tries to do something to fake out the setter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he gets faked out himself. Okay. Middles, just stay disciplined, wait, and react. Okay. He's having a good time with it. He had fun with doing that, but it didn't work out for him. So please don't do that. The only time when a middle can actually mess with the other team when they're not getting set is when your own team is setting out a system and maybe you jump in front of the middle, like you've seen a lot of middles do, and like block their vision and stuff. Miss serve, miss serve, miss serve, miss serve. Good swing here. Really good swing line here. It's in a good lane, like it's in this area here, going back here. Skips off. Tough to play line defense, man. Really is. So line is a good swing if you can get good at it. But if you're going against a good blocker, they can take it pretty easily. Line is easier as a blocker to take because you have to cover less space, but the tighter the set is, the easier it is to take it the cross from them as well. But yeah, and also it's really hard to play line defense. Easier to play cross defense, but it's easier to block line and harder to block cross. Hopefully that makes sense. I think that I think that's correct. If someone disagrees with me, let me know. Keep playing. I don't know what happened there, but keep playing. Why not? No, I think it went off two people. That's why. So that's full context. I went in the seam there. Attacks the seam. This is why sometimes some people say if you're cooking on a serve, like if one serve works, try and do it again. That's an example of why, you know. Mm, yeah. So like if something's working, do it until they make an adjustment and until that adjustment works. Because if they try to make some adjustment like passing four, but then that right side gets ace or something like that, or the move doesn't work and it just still gets beat, do it again until whatever adjustment they make actually works for them. What the heck happened here? How did that even? Let's check this out. This setter, I believe, just runs in, tries to get it. Oh, and the outside is who got it. Wow, 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 wow. Lot of stuff going on here. It's a crazy rally. Never stop playing. Never give up on a play. Because even an overpass can get dug like this stuff right here. And then they end up getting the point, I hope. Still in play. Give it to him. Oh. But hey, that's a really good rally though. You have a lot of good chances to score there. Tip into the triple. So this is an example of why you should set really tight on triple blocks because the hitter, he can see the block, he can use the block, he can do all this, and they end up getting another swing from it. Okay. And they score because of it. Okay. Who's gonna get the next swing? Is it gonna be you, or are you gonna end the play because you make an error and get blocked? Or is it the other team because you give them a free ball or swing into a triple block and give them a soft block? Like got to think these things through, you know? It's for the team, not just trying to get highlights. Yeah, it's cool to swing over the top of a triple block, but how often can you really do that? This is the middle's point here. Let's talk about it. This is the middle's point, okay? Good for him because he went hard on the route, tricked this guy, got him to bite. Okay? Go hard every single time. Even if your setter just keeps setting the pipe instead and you're a middle, please keep going hard on that route because you can really make a difference on that. Like if that middle just keeps biting on you, laugh in their face and say, "Ha ha, I'm tricking you." See, look at this. He still goes hard on the route, goes hard again, tricks the middle again. Let's go. And he's happy about it because his team is scoring. He's not getting the set. He's not scoring, but his team is scoring. It's a team game, man. It's a team game. And then he finally gets set. And this setter, this is really smart by the setter. Okay. Last few points when there's been perfect passes, he's gone over the top of the middle. Okay. And so now he knows that this middle, this blocker, is going to wait. He's like, no, I'm not getting tricked on it again. And he sets the middle because he knows he's going to be late. And he is getting owned in the middle of the court right now. That setter, this Asseco Resovia setter is owning that middle right now. Beautiful to see it. See, even from setting over here, put it tight. Try and get it tight. Because it's rare that you overset it and like go over the net and they like actually are able to hit it without someone being in front of them. Okay? Put it tight. Because if he's off the net here, if he's off the net here, he has no chance of scoring, no chance of helping his team at all. But since it's tight, he can reuse it and recycle it and then get another swing for his team. And then he gets a kill because of the touch. really nice there. Really nice cover. I was always taught in college, and I don't know, some people are different. Like some people have actual covering systems, whatever. The system that I think about for covering is while the other person is hitting on contact, stop where you are, get ready to move. Especially if you're this guy over here, because you keep that ball alive for a reason there. Smart tip there. Also, it's smart not just because, okay, yeah, he has a triple block, he's probably not going to score if he swings, but he puts it on the setter, so then they're out of system, and it gives this guy an easier time. I would rather go against a team that is out of system than in system every single time. You have way better chances of getting the point if the other team's out of system. I mean, that's obvious. Come on. Come on. That's just obvious. Yeah, this is an example of just aiming outside the court when you're trying to go for hands. It doesn't work out. He must have missed hands, or maybe they just missed the call. Who knows? But it's when you're playing against a team who has a big block and you're trying to go for hands, you have to aim outside the court, you know? Because if you aim inside the court, you're either going to get blocked or they're going to get a good soft touch. So you kind of just have to aim outside the court and really get those hands, get those fingers. One of my teammates always used to say is there's always a pinky on the block. Find that pinky, man. Yep, right here, right here. He's not even swinging towards the court. If there's no block up, that ball is gone. But it hits the block here. It hits the block on the fingers instead of the hands. Because if it hits the hands, it's either blocked or it's soft blocked for that team. And yeah, if it when it hits the fingers, it goes out of bounds like that. That's really hard to play defense on. Good cover by this right side here. Just hollows out, really gets over top of that ball. Blocks. Big block. Big block. Bad swing by the outside. He's got to do something better, but I think it was a weird play. And that's the end of the third set. We're on to the fourth. I don't know. I don't think that's a touch there. Swing. High swing gets the fingers. You want to get the fingers on the block, not the hands, because that's when you get a soft touch like that. Interesting pass. You see this libero just kind of jump a little bit here. Just jumps while he's about to fall. Fun. Just a fun one. Why not? Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know how he kept that alive. A really good move. I want to see this again. This libero is just going ham right now, just going wild. Just getting touches, touches, touches. If you're not getting digs right now, start with getting touches. Start with just touching the ball because those touches will end up turning into digs, and those digs will end up turning into perfect digs, and so on. Got to start somewhere. Okay. The more you touch the ball, the more chance that you get a good pass or get a good dig, you know? It's just basic mathematics. This pass here, he keeps his arms too close to his body. Get space between your body and where the ball is. And then you can make a better angle there. And now they're out of system. See what happens. Tips. Now there's one option. They get a triple. Good use. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tough, tough, tough. What happened in the middle? Why didn't he go hard? See, this is an example of why you have to go hard because he might not expect this set, but he didn't go hard and he got screwed up because he did end up getting the set. He's getting messed up over there. That middle, he's getting a little bit messed up. Then he just get dined right there on the serve. Oof. Doesn't get the dig. That poor guy. He's struggling. Nah, he's probably just having a few points that aren't great for him. He's probably a great player. I'm not trying to hate on the guy. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I'm not trying to hate him. Throws into the block. I don't know what happens here. Block touch, regular touch, normal set, hit. I do what you gotta do. Like, keep the ball alive. There's three steps. Get the kill, put pressure on, keep the ball alive as a hitter. Okay. First step is if it's perfect. If it's not perfect, try and put pressure. If it's really not perfect, just keep the ball alive, man. Wow. Textbook, high, hard, deep, clean, right in the corner. Let's see where it lands. Wow, right in the corner, man. Nobody's digging that. Nobody. I think Stephen Boyer, the French guy, the French freak athlete, is on this team, but I'm not sure if maybe he's injured right now or what's happening, but I think he plays for Asseco Resovia this year. Sadly, he's not playing this game. He is very fun to watch, though. Oh, way out of bounds. This is an example of going crossbody and turning your body and just way overturning. It's a good take by the middle there. Really good take. And an important part about this is he puts it really high because the higher it is, the less perfect it has to be. Okay, because the higher it is, the easier it is to adjust as that header. Really nice play by him. I'm glad he's back in the game. Glad he's back doing good things. Sorry I was trash talking him so much. If you know him or if you are him, I'm sorry. There were just a few plays. There were just a few plays that I wanted to look at. That's all. Good turn here. Good swing down the line. That's a right side swing right there. Like as a righty right side, you really have to be able to turn your wrist down like that and really go away from your body. As an outside, as a righty, you got to be able to swing line with full power. But as a righty right side, you got to be able to swing really, really sharp cross because that ends up being your line, like cross body like this. Wrist down. You know what I mean. Wrist down's important as a righty right side. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna shut up. Let's watch this play. No touch. No, no, no. Not today. Free ball. Keep it alive. Good move here. I like this. I like this by him. Just to move outside of his body. And if he doesn't really get outside of the ball, then he gets tooled. But if you can get outside of the ball, then you can make that move. But if you really can't reach past the ball, I wouldn't recommend making the move outside your body, if that makes sense. Because if you can't get past where the ball is, then you're just gonna get tooled, man. That middle just got roofed. Wait, wait, wait. Is that our boy? No, it's not. He's serving right now. Big bald man with a good float. It's good time. Yeah, he's got to have a better float there. Sorry, my man. Ooh, it's a good touch. See, like, this is an example of what I was talking about earlier. It's a good touch. And soon, if he keeps getting these touches, those will turn into digs. Okay, he's gonna learn how to get that, and it'll just hit different. Like you'll start getting it. It was a good swing. It's a good swing. That's why I consider it a good touch because it's against a good swing. Big serve here. Knew it. It's out of bounds. Really nice pass. Never mind, it's overpass. Oh my gosh, what am I talking about right now? If you do this, you jump and you set your setter instead. Put it higher. Put it higher. Give him time because you're gonna want to give your teammates time because as you're jumping here, they're like, oh, okay, I think he might be hitting it, and then you don't, and then they barely have time to get off the net and take a swing, and that's partially why that man made an error there. Hmm. That's just a good swing there. Fair enough. Fair play. Whoa, big move. Big move here. Swings his arms like crazy. It works out, but it won't work out every time. That's a low percentage pass there, you know. Bang. Yeah, really nice. Really nice swing there. He gets it from a really high point. He's able to bring it down. It's really nice. It's kind of similar when you're running that over the top route as a pipe, as a back row outside. It's kind of similar to when the middle runs the gap because you're kind of attacking that gap in between the middle and the right side. So yeah, you want to swing straight like that, you know? That's where your space is. Good. See, he's solo here. He knows he's solo, but he doesn't bring it down. He doesn't try and bounce it. He swings high still because that blocker makes a good move towards the ball. But since he's disciplined, he still gets the point because it's just still outside of his reach, even though he makes that move towards the cross. Okay. And that was a good move by the blocker. It's a good touch, but it's just a better swing. Finishing it out here. We got 22-21. Nice swing here. I like it. Just a little reach high, keep it above the block, force them to make a play. Okay. Oh, come on. Come on. Hey, really nice help. Really nice help as an outside here. If you can. So if this middle's in his lane, stay disciplined here, stay neutral so that you can help both. Come on, man. And then if they set the right side there, he just hits a shuffle and jumps. Really nice help there. Nice. Come on, man. Let's go. This guy's made a lot of really good block moves. What is his name? David? Okay. I'm gonna start watching him as a blocker, man. I'm gonna start learning. This man's getting blocks right now. And also, yeah, he's massive, but he's making good moves too. He is finishing this game out. Come on. Really like that guy. I'm gonna start watching him more often. Thanks for watching, guys.